Hello, this is Eric Barrett from HomeSmart in Northeast Mesa, and this is our fourth market update video for April 2022, going over March 22's data. And then we're going to also compare it. There's going to be 3 or 4 different sections. The first one is going to be the general market synopsis of comparing all the way back to June of 2021, how many were sold, how many are active, and what the monthly absorption rates have been. So you can see the trend. The actual monthly absorption rate is staying pretty much the same, even though we have 1,500 more active listings than we did in March. So, and then the second part is going to go into the first analysis of sales price to list price ratios and the monthly absorption rates in 12 different price categories. Well, you need 2 more fingers to see 12. 12 different price categories. So you're going to see what's happening there. The luxury market is definitely stronger than it was last month. So you're going to see the monthly absorption rates have really gone down quite a bit, like by pretty decent percentages for that. And then the sales price to list price ratios are staying stable in the luxury market from 1 to 2 million, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, and then 5 million and up. And then you're going to see the more general, more high volume price categories of 250 to 350, 350 to 500,000. You're going to see that the sales price to list price ratio has gone up almost a full %, which is huge, considering that is, I mean, now that we're in March, for March's data, that's going into spring, that's to be expected. So that kind of surprised me as far as how much it did jump there. The second analysis is going into how many were sold in each of these 12 different price categories. So starting from mobile homes from 150 to 300,000, single family 250 to 350, 350 to 500, 500 to 750, 750 to a million, and then 1 to 5 million, and then 5 million and up. So we're going to go into all of that stuff, and then you're going to see something different. Now I'm going to be listing what cities have sold from 3 to 400,000, 4 to 500,000 in average sales price, 500,000 to 600,000 in ASP, and then 600,000 to 700,000. What cities sold between average sales price between 600,000 and 700, and then all the ones that were over 700,000 in average sales price. So that's what we're going to get into. By the way, this background video is to the west, to the left of Usury Mountain, right above the Usury shooting range. So I thought this would be a good backdrop for this month's video. So we'll go ahead and get this video started. Thank you. Hello, this is our Metro Phoenix market update for 2022. And this is the general part that we're going to talk about first. We had 6,017 active listings on April 22nd versus 4,515 March 21st. So roughly 1,502 more active listings to be exact. And the closed sales have gone up by 2,100 units, which is a lot. Going from 8,001 that was sold in February to 10,146 that was sold last month in March is a pretty good jump. So this shows that the monthly inventory rate, if you divide the active divided by closed, you're going to see that even though we have more active and we do have more sales, that means the monthly inventory absorption rates are staying pretty much the same. So if we go all the way back to June 14th, 2022, we had just under 10,000 that were sold. In July, we had over 10,000, pretty much very identical to what we had in March. And then we went down to 7,111 that were sold in January. For February 11th, we had 5,028 that were active. The Crawford Market Report Index shows that they all are in the red, except for Glendale went up 3%. A lot of them have dropped in the teenage numbers, like Queen Creek's market demand index is down by 11%, Tempe by 12, Surprise by 14, Chandler by 13, Gilbert by 10, Scottsdale by 11, and Fountain Hills by 19. Some of them are even over 20%, like Peoria and Cave Creek. So this shows that the higher inflation is leading to the Fed, which has already happened a few times. The Fed is straight, so the federal funds rate, when that is raised, then the banks will raise their rates as well, because they have to, otherwise they won't be in business. So when you have higher inflation and you have higher rates, then you're going to have a certain group of people that won't be able to buy homes that are 250 to 350 or 350 to 500,000. And so that's starting to happen already. So that's why that is happening. So that's why the market index shows red in most of these cities as far as the Crawford Market Report goes. Okay, these are the average sales prices from 300,000 to 400,000. There is only 4 of them in all the Metro Phoenix area in the Valley of the Sun, including Pinal County. So these are all Pinal County, actually. Apache Junction is Pinal County, $325, $39. Casa Grande was $354, $123. Coolidge for the first time has gone over 300,000 at $317, $926. Mostly because of the new builds down there from Richmond American and D.R. Horton. Cities and average sales price from 400,000 to 500,000. There are 10 of them. Avondale, Buckeye, Glendale, Laveen, Maricopa, Mesa. Santan Valley is knocking on the door to 500,000 at $489, $49. Buckeye was $475.54. Avondale was $438,753. Tolleson $447,571. So you're going to see that there's those 10 cities are from 400 to 500,000. 6 cities from 500,000 to 600 are Chandler, Goodyear, Northeast Mesa, even though Northeast Mesa isn't classified as a city in and of itself, but it's an area of Mesa. Peoria, Phoenix, and Tempe. Cities that are from 600,000 to 700,000 are Gilbert, Gold Canyon, North and Central Gilbert. Again, I like to break down Gilbert into 2 different areas because Southeast Gilbert is the newer part of Gilbert. So that's why it has a higher average sales price of $689, $694 versus North and Central Gilbert, only $66,000 less at $623, $737. Queen Creek is $642, $842. That's only $17,000 difference than all of Gilbert. Cities in average sales price from 700,000 and up are Carefree, $1,520,588. Cave Creek, Fountain Hills, Paradise Valley at $3,710,263 last month. And the highest one that sold at all of Metro Phoenix was there in Paradise Valley at $12.5 million. Scottsdale, average sales price was $1,115,437. So that takes care of that part. Now we're going to go into the analysis. So March 2022 transactions, you're going to see that the mobile homes are 150 to 300,000. The average the sales price to list price ratio, was 99.4% versus 97.2. So that went up quite a bit. Condos and townhomes, 150 to 300,000, went up from 102.3 to 103.4. Single family homes, 250 to 350, went up from 101.3 to 102.1. So that's almost a full percent increase in in sales price to list price ratio. 350 to 500,000 went up from 101.2% to 102% even. Average sales price in this category was $433,510. And then single family, I'm going to just jump to 750 to a million, went from 101.7 to 102.4. So the sales price, the monthly absorption rate that you're going to see here, the biggest changes are in the luxury market from 1 to 2 million, 2 to 3, 3 to 5 million, and 5 million and up. 1 to 2 million went from 1.28 to 1.11. And then 2 to 3 million went from 1.49 months of supply to 1.28 months of supply. 3 to 5 million went from 2.7 to 2.41. And the biggest decrease is in the 5 million and up luxury market. Went from 7.06 months of supply to 4.46 months of supply. So I thought that was pretty astounding, to say the least. Now we're going to go into how many were sold in each price category. So 204 mobile homes were sold from 150 to 300,000. That makes 36 were FHAs. That's only 15% were sold on an FHA loan. So 50 and 80, 50 were sold conventional, 80 were cash, so 130 divided by 204 is roughly 65%. Single family homes from 350 to 500,000 is 1,039 cash and 1,649 conventional. So if you take those two numbers and add them up, divided by 3453, you get around 78% were sold cash and conventional. That's pretty healthy there. If you're an FHA buyer, you need to do whatever it takes to go conventional. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long and cumbersome process, and you don't want to go through that. Do whatever you can to go conventional. If the rate is higher, so be it. If the rates go back down again, then you can refinance later, but at least get into a house. Get into a house so that, because these big corporations, they keep buying up, like Blackstone, and there's others, they keep buying up to build these big, huge REITs, real estate investment trusts. So they want to buy up all these homes and rent them out and have them as cash flow for their investors. But what happens is, unfortunately, it's driving a lot of buyers out of the market, and that is not good for us Americans. So please do whatever it takes to go conventional. If you find this video interesting, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with your friends or anyone that you know, and they will find this video interesting. Even other realtors should look into do analysis comparison of how little are sold FHA versus conventional, because even in mobile homes, there's only a 15% acceptance rate on mobile homes with FHA. So if that tells you something. And then on condos and townhomes from 150 to 300,000, only sets were sold FHA out of 270. So it's very important. I do all this in a buyer consultation because I want all buyers to know exactly what they're getting into and what to expect. So thank you very much, and that concludes this video.